A newly discovered hole in a browser poses problems for 300 million. Welcome to Digits. I'm Simon Constable. Wall Street Journal's Danny Yadron joins us now on the cybersecurity beat. Thanks for being there, Danny.
Thanks for having me.
Explain what's going on here. This is a bit tricky. It involves a browser and Windows XP.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit technical, but there's sort of a simple way to distill this for everyone. You know, if you use Windows, your default browser is Internet Explorer. Everyone uses it. And what happened yesterday, Sunday, is Microsoft announced that all versions of it have a very serious problem or security hole. Hackers can use this to basically take over a computer and have the same rights you're supposed to have when you log in. That's, understandably bad. And a security company found that hackers are actually using this against some U.S. Financial services and defense contractors. Also bad. But here's a unique wrinkle to this case. Bugs like this are found all the time in software we use. However, last month, as we wrote about in the journal, Microsoft stopped supporting Windows XP. That's the software system they introduced some 13 years ago on older computers. Now, since this bug affects all versions of Internet Explorer, that means Microsoft won't be fixing it for users who still use XP. Microsoft is no longer offering patches for that. And that's a particular problem.
That is a particular problem, especially if that's all you have and you haven't upgraded. It is rather out of date these days. Now, FireEye is the company that says that they found this hole. Who are they and how on earth did they find it?
Well, they're a pretty well-known security company out here in California. They bought Mandiant, another security company we've written about a fair amount. And their researchers are always looking for, these types of computer viruses, or they're very, very advanced computer viruses that top-tier hackers are using against major companies and governments. And Microsoft did give them credit for finding this in their security bulletin that came out yesterday.
Now, there's also in your story, which is very interesting, there's a chap called Morgan Marquis Bois, I think I've got that right, and he posted something that says, "Gets popcorn." And can you explain what that means? Because it's something that those in the know, and I'm not.
All right. Well, what he was going for there, and Morgan is actually a security researcher at Google and another think tank that looks at hackers. And, this is the first major bug that affects Windows XP that Microsoft won't patch. And to take you back in time, 3 weeks ago, Microsoft was making it very clear, and they've been doing this for years, we are going to stop supporting XP. You need to get off it, because if there are major holes like this one found, it is no longer covered. And this was sort of the first one, and it happened only 3 weeks after Microsoft's cutoff date. So the remark, gets popcorn, we're sort of in for some fireworks here. There's probably quite a few people who haven't switched over yet. And all of a sudden everyone's asking, is Microsoft going to make an exception here? And Microsoft put out a statement this morning, and they've given no indication they will.
Okay, we shall see, won't we? Maybe it's time for some more popcorn then. Thank you very much, Danny Yadron. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Simon.
And more on that on WSJ.com.